Good evening and welcome to the West Middlesex Memorial Centre in Strathroy, Ontario, as the St. Thomas Stars are on the road to take on the Strathroy Rockets for the third time this season. Their first visit in Strathroy this year. These two teams have played twice so far this season, splitting the two, 1-1 apiece, as the St. Thomas Stars look to try and get a victory over the Rockets this season, who have been struggling. They've been on a better stretch lately as they try to crawl back into a playoff spot, but still currently sitting 9th in the West, just behind the LaSalle Vipers. St. Thomas Stars sitting 6th as they are a decent amount ahead of the Rockets this season. Last meeting came on November 7th, a 6-4 victory for the St. Thomas Stars. The Rockets did outshoot the Stars 44-40 on the night, but the Stars, backed by Eric McDonald that night, pulled out the victory. And they also played in September. It was also a game between Eric McDonald and Seth Ronan between the pipes, as McDonald was bested that night by a great performance from Ronan, who finished with a .973 save percentage on that night in September, early on in the season. The Rockets have been active in the trade department, as they've got quite a few new faces coming and going throughout the season. And tonight we'll get a look at former St. Thomas Star Quinn Gavin White with the Strathroy Rockets. As right now we'll leave it for the opening ceremonies and the national anthem here from Strathroy, Ontario. with that, we are just about ready to go here from Strathroy, Ontario. St. Thomas Stars coming into this game with a 15-9-1 record, sitting 6th in the West, 9th in the league. The Strathroy Rockets boasting a 9-13-2 record, sitting 9th in the West, 16th in the league. They want that 8th spot. And at home, the Rockets 4-7-1 are under 500 at home. St. Thomas 6-5-1 in their away games. As the Stars coming off a loss against Stratford on Wednesday. William Camputaro had the start on that night, finished with a .967 save percentage. And he will get the start tonight up against Mason Costa for the Strathroy Rockets. Costa goals against average of 4.19 and a save percentage of .896 up against Camputaro's. Goals against average of 1.62. My goodness. And a goals against average of, or a save percentage of .963 as the St. Thomas Stars now in the offensive zone. On the right side, they are in their away blacks, guarding the left net, and Strathroy at home in their whites, guarding the right net, attacking to the left. St. Thomas Stars are going to regroup in the neutral zone and fire it in, go for a line change as it's off the backboards. And the goaltender's going to play it for Newstetter to pick up. Now the Rockets looking for a way out of their zone. Zach LeBlanc on the near side. He's going to almost give it away to Wyatt Cameron. He'll manage to play it up the boards and just out of the zone. Battling a bouncing puck, gets it over to Laprice. Laprice in the offensive zone, stops up on the near boards. They'll cycle it around to be behind the goal line. Stars get a steal. Miles Dunn trying to get it up the wall. He gets tied up in his own zone. Bohoviak has to chase it back in the far corner, takes a hit up against the boards. Pass out in front for the Rockets, but it's broken up. Puck exits the zone, and the Rockets are going to have to chase it back into their own end. Broad's going to play it off the near boards. Up to Charlie Stuckey for the Stars, who's going to pick it up. Stuckey, pass to the far side of Bohoviak. His shot off the body and wide, off the backboard. Dotterman trying to grab it. Broad's going to come in and help him out. Broad up the near side. The Rockets take a shot from just out inside the zone. And Camputaro makes a save. His first of the night. As he'll stop that up and win a face-off in his own zone. The Rockets are going to get some fresh legs out there. Benches on opposite sides here at the West Middlesex Memorial Center. So the Rockets will be taking changes on our near side. And the Stars on the far end. McDonald looks all alone in a separate box off the bench. As the face-off's taken inside the Stars zone, they'll scramble it out into the neutral zone. Pass back towards the goaltender. Costa's going to steer that away with the stick to the far corner. And the Rockets going to make their way out. McGahey-Smith, pass to the far side. Nerton will steer it into the corner. Pass out front, hits the back of the net. Donovan chasing it back in the near corner. Stars get a steal from their own zone. Trying to break away was Edmondson. He can't receive that pass cleanly, and it's going to go off his stick. And into the Rockets' end for an icing call. So we'll all take a trip back into the St. Thomas end. St. Thomas, again, currently a record of 6-5-1 on away games. Trying to get their first victory this season in their first visit in Strathroy. These teams 1-1 on the season in their season series so far. The Stars winning the most recent matchup in November. As they'll take possession off the draw and give it away in their own zone. On the far side, Ritson, backhand pass in front, finds the chest of William Camputaro, who will cover that up and hang on with the mitt. A couple offensive powerhouses here in Strathroy, despite them being 9th in the West. Ritson and LeBlanc both getting Player of the Month awards. Ritson with the Rookie of the Month, and LeBlanc with the Player of the Month last month, being honored in the opening ceremony tonight. Has a good stretch for the Rockets in this last little bit. They're trying to catch that LaSalle team sitting in 8th. As we're going to get a puck over the glass into the netting, so we're going to have to try the face-off inside the St. Thomas end once more. So goal scoring hasn't been the problem for Strathroy of late, at least. So they just need to round things out. They have seen a lot of players come and go this year. It's been a lot of shakeups for the Rockets. who will win the faceoff in the offensive zone. Sewell tries a shot from the blue line. That's off the skate of Logan Jackson. Rockets will keep it in up the far side, in behind the goal line. Pass off the near boards. A shot attempt by Newstetter is blocked. Pass out in front off the skate of Searles into the far boards. Scrambled out to the neutral zone. Logan Jackson trying to come up the left side. Pass in front by Searles. Goes off the stick of Costa. Stars trying to get that puck towards the goal. It's off another skate. Jackson pass out in front. Shot towards goal, and pen apiece denied by Costa. Stars still scrambling for the rebound. They're battling for it up against the near boards now in the corner. It's whacked around behind the net by the Rockets. Will chase it on the far side, but so will Dylan Searles. Searles pinching it up against the boards. It pops out. Craig trying to battle with it with the skates. All tied up. We got 3 Rockets in there looking for it up against 2 Stars. The Stars come away with it, but Pettipice gets his stick tied up. It's still being battled for in that far corner. Poked away to the blue line, but Oletik is going to pick it up and give it away in the neutral zone. Nathan Slatt on the far side takes a big hit. Shot towards goal, and a nice save made by Mason Costa. The Owen Sound attack prospect showing off his glove on that play. As the Stars tried to go glove side from the far face-off dot. Costa said no that time. So we'll get a face-off inside the Rockets zone on the far dot. It's a scramble for it up the wall. The Rockets come away with it. Near side, it's picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc takes a shot well over the net, and that's going to kiss the netting above the glass. And that far wall, that's the media, or the warm room, I should say. Not the media room. And then Strathroy. An older building here, a smaller building. It does have a great atmosphere in West Middlesex. It is one of the smaller rinks as well, with a very small neutral zone. As the face-off's dropped, the puck's going to pop out to the blue line, but kept in only briefly by the Rockets. Now the Stars are going to come away up the near side. Cooper Ilchishin takes a shot towards goal, and another glove save by Costa. That time it was redirected on its way to the net. Costa saw it all the way. He'll make the catch with the mitt. Hang on for the whistle. Stars are going to call a late line change before the puck is dropped. Out comes Wyatt Cameron, LeGallick, and Miles Dunn. Top 3 scorers for the St. Thomas Stars all on one line tonight. As it's shot off the near wall by Bohoviak to be kept in. Wyatt Cameron pass out front shot, but Miles Dunn couldn't get all of it. Wyatt Cameron wins the puck back. His pass to the blue line, though, is picked off. LeBlanc is on a break here. LeBlanc trying to grab it, and he takes a shot, but Caputaro makes a piece of it with his blocker side. LeBlanc with a nice breakaway early, but the puck just ran away. Now a counterattack. Miles Dunn gets denied by the blocker of Costa on the near side. There's a little back and forth there. Good chances both ways. Both goaltenders coming up big. Puck is pinched up against the boards behind Will Camputaro on our left. Miles Dunn trying to fish it out. It does come out, but to the blue line, and a shot attempt by Markarian is blocked. Another pass out in front, backhands on net, and Will Camputaro catches that right in the Stars logo. He'll hang on for a whistle in his own zone. Some good chances on that last shift, both ways. Really shows you how easy it is to get up the ice here at the West Middlesex Memorial Center and attack the other way. Shot attempt off the draw by the Rockets is off a stick and up and over the glass once more. So with that good stretch, Ritson and LeBlanc have claimed 6th and 7th in the league scoring race. There's a couple heavy offensive hitters on this Rockets team. Just need to kind of match it up with a little bit of defense, maybe get some secondary scoring to try and chase down this LaSalle team sitting a few points ahead of them. Face off inside the St. Thomas zone. It's won by the Rockets. Shot off the draw is deflected. Into the near corner it goes. Back to the point. Donnerman's shot. That'll be a pad save for Camputaro as it floated towards him. Sent behind the goal. Cooper Ilchishin will pick it up. Ilchishin turns back as he's pressured. He'll send it to the near side. Rory Savage can't catch it. Now it's given away at the blue line. Rockets almost kept it in, but Slatt recovers for the Stars. Up the far side, Cooper Ilchishin Referees are going to say he didn't get a piece on the dump-in attempt, and that'll be an icing call that will send us back in front of Will Camputaro. William Camputaro holding a record of 3-2 now after the loss against Stratford on Wednesday. Still had a great night, though, as he stopped 58 of 60 shots towards him for a .967 save percentage. His overall save percentage, .963 on his 5 games with the Stars. The Sioux Greyhounds prospect, as the Rockets take it into the zone. It's broken up by the Stars, who will get it out to the neutral zone. Give it away, though, just outside their blue line on the near side. The Rockets pass out in front, trying to get a play going in the zone, but Stars defense will deny that attempt. Now on the near side, Reed Crossman makes a windmill deke shot, scores! Oh, Reed Crossman! Leave the fire extinguisher on the wall and let him burn. The kid's on fire as he gets the first goal of this game, make it 1-0. Just about 6 minutes into it, Reed Crossman makes a nifty dangle in the neutral zone, walks in and fires it over the blocker hand of Costa. And Stars take the early lead in this matchup. Their first trip to Strathroy this season. Now they'll get it off the draw. Lawson takes a hit that was a little high, and he takes a glance at the referee, doesn't get a hand up, as the Rockets take it into the zone. Stars steal it right back. Cole Edmondson up the wall, leaves it. As affiliate call-up tonight, Drew Bate wearing the number 70. First time we've seen that number this season for the Stars. But Drew Bate will get his first look as an affiliate player. U16 London Knight. Had a great performance recently on a 4-goal night, I believe it was. I'll have to look that up just to confirm. The Stars are in the offensive zone here, and a shot from the point by Owen Gray is saved. Edmondson off the rebound. Can't hit that on net. Out to the point. Gets out of the zone after a poke by the Rockets at the blue line. On the far side, Drew Bate will pass it ahead. A flip pass to the blue line is picked off by the Rockets. They can't get it to go the other way, though, and now a steal in the neutral zone off a Drew Bate pass. They're walking in the zone. Logan Jackson takes a hit low. That's going to be a call, as Mark Harrion got him with the legs. Almost a knee-on-knee at the blue line of the Rockets. But that's going to force a stoppage and a penalty to Mark Harrion. So Stars will be on the power play now. Stars' third power play in the league, 25.4% on the season, and they're up against the 18th place penalty kill league-wide. 75.7% are the Rockets when down a man. On the far side, Savage will get it back to the blue line, but it can't be kept in. Chuki's going to have to chase it back. Stuckey pass to the near side. Miles Dunn receives it back now. A little give and go between Dunn and Stuckey. Now away comes Miles Dunn. Pass up the far boards, a little too far ahead of Edmondson. Rockets whack it back the other way, and a huge hit on Stuckey's going to take him down. Dodderman dealing that one out. Newstetter will fire it in hard around the back of the net. Camputaro comes out to stop it. Now the Stars will try and fly up the ice with 1:20 left on the man advantage. Tipped in by Edmondson on a dump in up the far boards. Near side, Hull can't get it up the near boards and out. Stars will win possession in the zone. Savage up in the corner. He's going to try and cycle with Edmondson, but it's stolen by Ritson and backhanded down the far boards and all the way down the ice. That'll go as it gets past the blue line guards. Behind the net, they'll draw it up and come down the ice once again. As away comes Owen Gray up the middle. Pass to the near side. Bate will find Lawson on the far end. Now at the blue line, Owen Gray up to Cameron. Cameron skating along the wall, trying to lose Hickson. Back to the blue line. Owen Gray to the near side. Drew Bate tried to find Pettipice out in front. Almost did, but it's poked away. Bate looking near side. Lawson beside the net. Pass out in front is picked off by Ritson and flipped down the ice, but that's going to touch the scoreboard. So that'll force a stoppage in play and a face-off inside the zone. So perhaps a bad break here for the Rockets being kept in their own zone here on the power play. Or on their penalty kill, I should say. Cameron off the draw. Hickson will grab it on the left wing. The Rockets win the draw and fire it down the ice. As this power play for the Stars winds down. Owen Gray pass up the near side. Bates switches back far side. Lawson drop pass. Cameron shot towards goal. Cut saved by Costa. Scramble in front of the net. Costa's searching for it through the skates, and the Rockets clear it to the side. Away comes LeBlanc. Out of the box, Sewell was trying to get away, but a nice defensive stop on an outlet pass. On the near side, LeBlanc will muscle it into the Star zone, but then get forced into a turnover after getting outnumbered. On the near side, Wyatt Cameron looking to the middle, shot towards goal. Saved by Costa, another chance off a tight angle. Costa makes a save there. Shot from the blue line is going to miss the net on the glove side. Rebound comes out to Stuckey, who fires it down low. Mark carrying up the far boards, gives it away to Slat. Cameron returns it back in front. Crossman a shot. Blocker save in front. Crossman keeps it in at the blue line. Will be fired out into the neutral zone. Stuckey collects. Back to 5-on-5. Have been for a few seconds here. Draw pass on the far side. Crossman pass out in front. Slack couldn't control that on the back end. Now on the far side, the Rockets are going to come away with it. Oletich trying to muscle his way, but he gets taken down. Gives it away behind the net. But he battles for it right back. Oletich is going to cycle up along the boards. In behind the goal line. Stuckey trying to muscle that puck off. He does. And gets a teammate to grab it. Reed Crossman blasting it away. He'll dump it in high. Far boards, Hull. Slam it off the glass into the neutral zone. It's now picked up by Craig into the offensive zone. Shot towards goal. Blocker save. Owen Gray swats that aside out of the air as it was heading towards the crease area off a high fly ball. In the neutral zone. The Stars are going to find themselves deep in their own zone behind the goal line after a dump in behind the net. Rowan Reed will grab it and try and look for a good way out. Up the near side. Nice touch pass there as Searles off the boards. Finds Jackson. Jackson into the near corner. He'll go behind the goal line. Pass back to the blue line. Rowan Reed steps forward. Shot tipped in front over the net. Off the stick of Dylan Searles. Far side, Craig. No pass ahead into the offensive zone. Shot from the far circle, and that's a save for Camputaro. Rebound collected by the Stars as they go for a counterattack here. Logan Jackson makes a move to the left. He'll cycle it in the corner with Chase Pettipace back to the blue line. Victor Moody, a shot tipped in front off the back of Logan Jackson. Couldn't find it in time to send it towards goal. Victor Moody will grab it from his own zone along their own blue line, given away in the neutral zone. Rockets forward, shot scores! Ian Nerton scores the goal, and that's going to send some teddy bears flying tonight, as it is the teddy bear toss for the Strathroy Rockets. And the stuffed animals and creatures are going to be flying through the air and sliding on the ice. And it's littering all kinds of colors and fluff here at the West Middlesex Memorial Center, as Nerton is going to be the one to get the glorious teddy bear goal, as it's a bit of a challenge here at the West Middlesex. The netting is all around the rink and it's real high, so we might have some casualties even up in the rafters, because the netting is pretty close to the rafters, especially on these far ends. Doesn't look like anybody's stuck up there. A decent amount of teddies will be sent to the Salvation Army, courtesy of the Strathroy Rockets. See a good assortment of some animals here. I see a pig. Nice, holding an ice cream cone, I think. On the near side. So the staff and the players, a little bit of cleaning up to do here as they gather all that and get it ready for the Salvation Army. Take a couple photo ops as well. See William Hull, nice technique of holding his stick parallel to the ice. He's bent over and sweeping a whole stick length of teddy bears down the ice. There's a veteran move by the veteran of this league, Will Hull. Rockets almost have everything cleaned up here. Not a crazy attendance night for Strathroy. I know they've struggled in that department a little bit this season, but it's picked up lately. But a respectable amount of teddy bears for the bodies in the crowd, that's for sure. They say it's one of the greatest events in hockey, the teddy bear toss. I would not disagree with that statement, as it's all being shoveled into the back of a truck or SUV. Can't really tell from this angle, but it'll be full, that's for sure. As that all gets shipped away and sent to some happy people, or happy people who will be happy once they receive them. It's holiday season. Almost forgot about the teddy bear toss event tonight. And Nerton did not let me forget about that. So he got a nice goal on the far dot, shot it over the blocker hand. So this won't be an occasion where the teddy bears get left out. After the Rockets find the board, tie it up 1-1. As all the stuffed creatures are cleaned up now. And we are ready to get back to some hockey after a good display of community presence. Now a break pass for Ritson. Just gets out of his reach. A shot towards goal. They score again. Oh, just after the teddy bears get cleaned up, the Rockets find the back of the net again off a quick entry, catch the Stars sleeping, and Eddie Hickson's going to get his 11th goal on the season. Rockets have taken a 2-1 lead here after a couple quick ones back to back. Ritson, the rookie of the month last month, got ahead to make the play just past the blue line. Perhaps the Stars caught sleeping after the long delay. And now it'll be an offside entry on the far side. That'll halt things up. So faceoff will come in the neutral zone, just outside the Rockets' end. Faceoffs drop, the Rockets will win it. Coming under their own zone, they'll flip it high through the neutral zone into the Stars' end. Maurice Savage trying to fire it up the wall. It's given away. Will Hull at the blue line is going to fire it hard around the boards to the near side. Ty Lawson trying to scramble it out of the zone. They do. Drew Bate up ahead. Lawson's going to battle for it again. Win it back in the offensive zone. Lawson through a couple legs. Backhand. Oh, he hits the post on the near side over the glove hand of Costa. Lawson almost ties it up again. Bate back to the blue line. Shot from Bohoviak's blocked. He'll try again. No, he won't. He'll steer it to the far side. Pass out in front. Off a stick. And come to the near boards. Rockets fire it down the ice. It's caught by Stuckey in his own zone before it went down for an icing. Stuckey turns back. Passes it back to his defensive partner, Bohoviak. Bohoviak's bank pass off the near wall is picked off by the Rockets, who re-enter. Pad saved by Camputaro off a weak shot. Send it to the far boards. Pinched up against the glass is Jackson as the Rockets trying to win possession in the offensive zone. Bohoviak, a reverse hit. Will bump off Dotterman. And now the Stars can try and exit here. Up the near side, Chase Pettipies walking towards goal. Tried to tuck it forehand on the near side as he drove the net. But lost control of the puck just before he could try and lift it up over the pad. Rockets in their own zone. McGahee Smith on the near side. Mark Carrion walk in, trying to fire it through the zone. It'll hit the far boards. Miller's going to get it in deep. Up the near side. Rockets will manage to keep it in and fire it back in behind the goal line. In the far corner. Played along the wall now behind the net for Nerton. Nerton whips it out in front. It's off the stick of Camputaro and collected by the Stars defense. Stars flip it to the neutral zone to try and relieve some pressure here. And the Rockets are going to throw it right back in. Both teams going for a line change. Again on opposite sides. Stars with it behind their own net. Rowan Reed will try and get a rush up the ice here. Flip through the neutral zone. Pass couldn't be received. Now Newsitter's going to steal it for Strathroy. Fires it in deep off the backboards. Reed trying to get it back up the near wall to Crossman. Rockets managed to keep it in. Pass out in front. Broken up by the Stars defense. Now Crossman with it. Pass up the middle. Ilchishin with a nifty move at his own blue line. Now he'll backhand it in deep. Nathan Slatt behind the net. He'll shake off a check. The Rockets throwing the body here in their own zone as Newstetter is pinched up against the boards now. He'll kick it over to Brimmel on the far side. Given away, shot by Ilchishin. That'll miss the net and hit the netting above the glass off a rebound off the glass. Hits the netting in the corner here. Forcing a stoppage in play. The teams will take a line change. The Stars 6-4 in their last 10. Again, coming off a loss that snapped a 3-game winning streak that they were on. Trying to get back on another streak here against their division rivals. Eloan Legalic's going to steal the puck in the neutral zone. His pass picked off, though, by Hickson. On the far side, Dotterman backhands it in deep. Hickson battling for it, gets it out in front. Shot saved by Camputaro. Now on the far side, Wyatt Cameron coming the other way. Cameron trying to dangle around Hull. And get it in behind the goal line. Legalic trying to come in and help out. Big physical play in the far corner, but the Rockets will come away with it. Ritson for Strathroy. Cuts to the middle. Pass to the near side. Whipped in front of the goal. Nobody there to try and deflect that on goal. Now the Stars come away with it. A 2-on-2 here. Legalic up the far side. He'll flip it behind the net. Bohoviak pass out in front and a big save made by Costa on a chance from Miles Dunn just outside the blue paint. Now the Rockets grab it in their own zone. Broad on the near side off a pass from Dotterman. Whack towards Dotterman who picks it back up. They'll flip it high into the St. Thomas zone as the Rockets will go for a change. And the Stars collect it and will try and start another exit from behind their net. Stopped up on the near side, stripped at the blue line, their own blue line, as the Rockets come back the other way. Shot attempt, and that'll be deflected up and into the rafters off a shot by Crandon from the top of the far circle. Stars get in the way of it. Deflected up and out of play. Face-off will come on the far face-off dot. It's going to be Craig up against Searles. Scramble draw. Searles battling for it still. And away with it comes Jackson. Jackson trying to get a pass out, but took a massive hit there from Oletich, who also kept the puck in. In behind the Stars goal line, Searles will hunt it down. Pass up to Pettipies. Nice stretch pass to Jackson. Jackson trying to drive towards goal, gets steered away from it by Markarian. Given away as Pettipies gets a steal. Pass to the far side. No wingers are there. As Searles and Jackson were still recovering on the near side. Off the rush. Jackson up the far boards. Takes another hit from Markarian as these Rockets are really throwing the body here tonight. Trying to claim dominance here in their own home arena. 2-1 right now for the Strathroy Rockets. Just under 3 minutes left in the first period. Stars will get it in the zone. Nathan Slatt battling for it. Pass out in front, but a delayed penalty is going to be called. As looks like Slatt's going to get it. Ilchishin took the shot off the play, not knowing it was done. Rockets don't like it as they gave him a few shoves. Well, Rowan Reed takes a pop shot from McGahee Smith on the far side. It does look like Nathan Slatt is going to be the one to get the gate, which will send the Rockets on the power play. 8th place power play in the league. 22.6% success rate for Strathroy. St. Thomas 9th in the league on a penalty kill with 81.7%, which has improved as the season's gone on. It was a bit of a rough start in that department, but they have shown some great improvement as they'll win the draw and get a quick clear on this Strathroy power play. In the last couple minutes of this first period, LeBlanc Drop pass back for Laprice. Now Ritson's going to carry it in for the Rockets up the near side. Back to the blue line, Laprice. Returned back for Ritson. Give and go with Laprice back at the blue line. Shot towards goal. That might have hit the mask of Kemputaro. Up and over the net it went. In the corner. Rockets trying to battle for it. Win back possession. They do. Back to the blue line. Ritson. Now in the middle of the blue line. LeBlanc shot towards goal. Pad save with the right leg by Kemputaro. Ritson back to LeBlanc. Whips it across the blue line. Laprice down low. Laprice receives it back and shot that wide on the blocker side. Ritson back for LeBlanc. Steps forward. Trying to get a shot off. Fanned on it. And a bouncing puck in front is found and cleared down the ice by the St. Thomas Stars with just 1 minute 30 seconds left in this period. And just about 50 seconds left on this power play for the Rockets. Laprice. Far side, he'll circle back to the blue line. Backhands it down low. Hickson now sent to the near side to Ritson. Ritson back down low for Quinn Gavin White, the former St. Thomas Star. Quinn Gavin White, pass back down low. Hickson back for Ritson on the near boards. Ritson back for LeBlanc, the middle of the blue line. Back for Ritson on the near side, whipped across, off a skate and found by the Stars who fire it down the ice. Just 20 seconds left on this Rockets power play now. The Stars will get some fresh legs out there for the penalty kill. So will the Rockets. On the attack, Donovan stops up on the near boards. Now he'll fire it back in deep. Goaltender Costa signaling for the end of this penalty here. To take us back to 5-on-5. Wise Will Hull watching Miles Dunn from out of the box. Making sure he doesn't spring away. As these Rockets managed to keep it in. Pass on the near side. Donnerman shot out in front. That's deflected wide. Battle in the near corner for it. Stuckey kicks it behind the net. Rockets still fighting for it. They win it back in the offensive zone. Shot from Will Hull at the blue line. Through traffic. Not sure if that went towards the goal off a body. As behind the net's picked up by Dunn. And the final buzzer for the first period after the Stars took the lead off the first goal of the game. The Rockets have battled back, scored their teddy bear toss goal, and then another one to boot, as the Rockets will take a 2-1 lead into the second period over the St. Thomas Stars. Live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel, we thank you for joining us after the first 20 minutes. The score, Rockets 2, Stars 1. We'll take a quick break for intermission and be back for the second period in just a few. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned. All right, the ice is cleaned up. The teams have had their coaching in the locker room, and we are just about ready to go for the second period. The Strathroy Rockets hold a 2-1 lead coming into the second frame. The Rockets will be guarding the left net, attacking the right, and the Stars guarding the right, attacking the left in this period, as the Stars try to battle back from a 1-goal deficit. They opened the scoring tonight, but the Rockets responded and then responded again to take the lead in that first period. Season series sits at 1 game apiece. Either team trying to claim the lead in this third matchup. As lined up for the draw are Cooper Ilchishin and Ritson. Ilchishin's going to win the draw to open the second period. As the Stars pick up the puck. A giveaway in their own zone, though. Just recovered by Reed, who pokes it away from the Strathroy sticks. Gavin White, a pass in front. Picked up by Nathan Slatt. Pass through the middle is stripped by Hickson. Nobody can get that connecting pass into the offensive zone, as now it's dumped in to the Strathroy end. On the near boards, the Rockets trying to get it up the wall. Ritson's going to turn back into his own zone. Now he'll come up the middle. Pass to the near side. Shot in behind the Stars net. Kemputaro whacks it away with a stick into the near corner. In behind the net, Ritson trying to get that back out in front. He's denied by Gray. Gets it back to the near boards. Nathan Slatt trying to get it up the ice. Now Reed Crossman with it up the far side. Ilchishin's going to tip it on the dump in. And the Stars get a change here. Just about a minute in to the second period. Fired in on Camputaro from outside the blue line by Ritson. Makes a save and another one off a shot from the wall. As Camputaro stops a couple in a row and wins the faceoff in his own zone. Sioux Greyhounds prospect, most recently coming from there. He was their third string goaltender. Gets sent to the Stars. They're signed by the Stars, and they certainly be given more ice time than he would be getting there. As a break pass here, Miles Dunn pass across to Wyatt Cameron. Couldn't hit the target. In behind the goal line, Stars battle back for it in the offensive zone. Shot saved by Costa, and a dandy with the mitt as he denies Wyatt Cameron from right in the slot in front with a beautiful glove hand save from the Owen Sound attack prospect. Pass or face off on the far side is won by the Rockets, but then won back by the Stars in the offensive zone. Cameron sends it in behind the goal line. Rockets back to chase it. They'll try and get it up the near wall. Hall, his tip pass out is stopped at the blue line by Legalic. Pass back for Stuckey. Miles Dunn trying to dump it in with a shallow dump. Rockets come back the other way after collecting it. Shot in on Camputaro from outside the blue line again. Stars steal it from their own zone. Pass up the far side. Rockets stop it just outside their own blue line. And on the near side, LaPrice is going to dump it in. In behind the goal line, Stuckey back to chase, but LeBlanc's going to get the puck. Pass out in front. Got some pepper on it. And that goes through a couple white jerseys. And exits the zone. Now they'll dump it in. Camputaro comes out to stop it up behind his own net. Back with it from behind the goal. Has a long stretch pass up the middle. It's tipped by Markarian. And it will get deep in the zone. Kept in by Legalic on the far side. Rockets with a steal. Will come up the middle. Far side, winding and shooting off the pads of, off the shins of Victor Moody was McGahee Smith. And up the middle, Drew Bate. Get it up the far side and chase it in. Shakes off a hit as he battles for the puck behind the net. On the far side, off the boards, collected by Lawson. Will bounce in front of the goal, now sent up the ice by Strathroy. Reverse hit there as Dotterman shakes off a hit from Moody and takes Moody down. Stars come back up the ice the other way. Ty Lawson on the far side. He'll stop up and shoot towards goal. Costa catches that one in the chest and hangs on without letting any rebounds squeak loose. As the Strathroy Rockets currently on a one-game losing streak. They were on a three-game winning streak before their loss to LaSalle. As they lost 6-3 against the Vipers in their most recent outing. Rockets dump it in, but that'll be an icing call, which will send us back in front of Mason Costa. And a face-off in the offensive zone for the St. Thomas Stars. Stars have struggled on the power play again here as they're on a stretch of 0 for 8 with the man advantage. They went on a 20 power play pointless streak before snapping that just a while ago. And then went on a good stretch, but they seem to have hit a bit of a cold snap again here with the man advantage. As the Rockets will dump it in deep on the near side. Cycling it around the zone behind the goal line. Far side, Lawson's going to grab it. Outlet pass for Bate. Bate trying to saucer pass to Edmondson, who was driving in on the near side towards the goal. Stars win it back. Bate is shot on. Pad save. Owen Gray's going to wind up and fire it. Misses on the glove side. Can't be kept in by Rowan Reed, who will have to chase it back in the neutral zone. Reed gets 2 Rockets on him, forcing him into a turnover. As now the Rockets enter the zone. Picked up by Bate. The young man has looked good in his first game as a Star. As he passes to the far side to Reed, who will dump it in. Logan Jackson in to chase on the near boards. He gets hounded by a couple Rockets. He will steal the puck, flip it high into the neutral zone. Stuckey has to chase it back. It hops over his stick as he has to go deeper in his own zone. He'll fire it hard around the boards. Now collect it behind the net. Cycle for Vahoviak on the near side. Jackson gives it away in the zone. As Ritson with it now. Jackson steals it back. Bit of a back and forth here inside the St. Thomas Stars zone. Now they'll flip it to neutral zone. Fired back in by the Rockets. Collected by the Stars behind their goal line. On the near side, Jackson keeps it up against the boards, trying to find a little pass. He gives it away up the middle, though. Shot towards goal, stopped by Camputaro, who comes across, cuts off the angle, and collects the rebound off a skate. So we'll hang on for the whistle. Some good pressure by the Strathroy Rockets, forced that turnover in the zone. Camputaro coming up big, still 2-1 for the Strathroy Rockets. Just about 5 minutes into the second period. Savage collects it off the draw for the Stars in their own zone. Now they'll come up the ice. Nathan Slack up along the boards. He'll stop, fire it towards the net. And Costa catches that one, but it's stolen by Strathroy, who will come back the other way. But it's stolen by Strathroy, who will come back the other way. Strathroy will dump it in hard and complete a line change as the puck comes around behind the net. Reed Crossman on the near side. McGahee Smith steals it in the corner, sends it back behind the net. This time Vic Moody is going to have to try and exit. Moody loses his man behind the net. Now a flip pass through the neutral zone. Cooper Chisholm will dump it in. Costa out to play it. Passes off to his defense as the Stars complete a line change. Pass up the wall, picked off by the Stars inside the zone. Cameron gets it back in deep. Miles Dunn pass out in front. Nobody there to get it on net, as there was a wide open section of ice in front of the goal. Now the Rockets on a counterattack, shot towards goal, tipped over the glass by Owen Gray as LeBlanc gives the boards a little smack of frustration. A nice defensive play by the captain, as he does often, Owen Gray. Big part of why he's got that C on his chest. Face off inside the St. Thomas zone. Wyatt Cameron can't win that one against Ritson. Rockets with possession. Shot from the blue line. Saved by Camputaro. Rebounds loose behind the net. Picked up by Ritson. Ritson in the near corner gets pressed up against the boards by Cameron. Hickson's going to come in to help him out. Pinch it up against the boards. Ritson gets it back to the blue line. Stolen now by Legalick. Out for Cameron. Cameron's pass off the back of a skate will stop up that rush. Now behind the Stars net, Rowan Reed up the near side. Gives it away, sent towards goal, and through the skate, over the post. Oh my goodness. Great chance in tight for the Rockets. And I think Camputaro got a decent piece of that with the blocker, which sent it over the post. Might have glanced the post as well before it got sent over the glass. Full discretion, I am behind the goaltender, Camputaro, on the far side on the end boards. So my apologies if there's any confusion. It's not the best view in the house of the full ice, but we might do. On the near side, Vahoviak flips it high down the ice. Caught in the neutral zone and stopped up. Vahoviak's going to try and fire it up the wall, but it's stolen by the Rockets, who throw a hit at Vahoviak as well. Now a pass in front, hit by Hickson by Vahoviak, sends Hickson crashing into Camputaro on the rush. And Camputaro is a little slow to get up here, which is not something you want to see. He's still on one knee before he gets to his feet. But Vahoviak had to scramble back to try and correct his mistake. He's going to end up taking the penalty as a result as well, as he blasted one of the Rockets towards the net. Camputaro is going to have a quick discussion with the referee. Looks like he's okay to go. Probably more of a frustration thing with his defender sending an opponent towards him. Shot from the blue line, just over the bar. Pass back out in front and scrambled away by Stuckey. Another shot from the blue line. That miss on the glove side. The Rockets are on the power play here. Hickson, near side, pass back to the point. Now in the middle of the blue line. LeBlanc back for Hickson. Pass to the far side. Shot, scores! It's Ritson from the far face-off dot on a nice power play shift there for the Rockets. He beats Camputaro glove side, who couldn't get across in time on a cross-zone pass. And a beauty, as Ritson's going to pick up the goal that'll make it 3-1 for the Strathroy Rockets. Just about 7.5 minutes into this second period. Rockets 3, St. Thomas 1. That's 3 unanswered goals for Strathroy. They've claimed a 2-goal lead now. Face-off sent back into the St. Thomas end. As it's chased back by Moody, and will send it up the near wall. Edmondson backhands it up into the neutral zone, but the Rockets will get possession. They'll flip it into the St. Thomas zone again. Camputaro stops it up beside his net. Savage sends it into the far corner. Stars have to battle for it again here as Savage in behind the goal line will grab it. Donnerman is all over him though. Drags him down. The Stars scramble it out. Up the near wall, Cole Edmondson and Bate will team up to get it out. Now a dangle by Drew Bate at the blue line will halt things up, as he will be called offside. Trying to avoid a turnover, but making the deke at the blue line will result in the offside and the stoppage in play. Jake Ritson getting his second point of the night with that goal. Eddie Hickson also on a 2-point night so far, both with a goal and an assist apiece now. So the success continues for Ritson, who has had a tremendous stretch of late. Again, Rookie of the Month last month, as Jackson sends a shot on goal off a draw. That'll be a pad save by Costa. Sends it into the near boards. Oletich. He's getting hounded by a couple Stars who force an offensive turnover. Searles will get it up the wall into the far corner. But a piece pass out in front at the blue line, kept in by Stuckey, sends it towards goal. It's off a body and well wide. Now in the far corner, Jackson. His pass off a leg. Pettipiece keeps the battle going. Searles in there to help out. Scramble in behind the Strathroy net as the Stars trying to win possession in the offensive zone. Oletich will get it into the neutral zone, but Stuckey grabs the puck. Charlie Stuckey sidesteps a Rocket, and at the blue line, it'll be offside. Dylan Searles was actually on the ice after a collision. Couldn't get up and get over in time. So that'll force a stoppage in play. So Ritson is on a tremendous stretch here as we take a face-off in the neutral zone. I gotta count how many games he's on a streak for. I believe it's a 14-game point streak right now for Ritson. He's got a whole whack load of points in that stretch. On the near side, Nerton, poke checked by Moody, and sent it into the near corner. Flipped off the short glass here at the William Memorial Center. Or West Middlesex, pardon me, Memorial Center. We've got some real short glass on the boards, particularly on the sides, as it's not much taller than the short wall on the benches. It's real easy to send it up and out of the glass here. Cooper Ochishin off the far side, he'll fire it in deep. Stopped by Costa behind the net and played up the wall nicely as the Rockets come back the other way. Dodderman on the near side. Rockets will get it into the near corner. Dodderman back to the point. Markarian a shot. Looking for a tip in front was Dodderman, but couldn't get it towards the goal. Net's off right now, but Camputaro will throw it back on. Keep play going. The Stars come to the ice. Slatton Dodderman got tied up in the corner on that play as well. Took some time to separate them, but the play is still going as Moody sends it up the wall. That'll be an icing call, and that will halt the play. What could have been halted a few times there for a few different reasons. But the faceoff will be inside the St. Thomas zone. To the left of Will Camputaro on our near side. Cooper Ochishin steps in for the draw against Laprise. Laprise wins it, and a shot from LeBlanc is saved by the pads of Camputaro. Steers it into the far corner. The Rockets steal it back. There's some offensive zone pressure here. From the blue line, Neustetter gets it back deep in the corner. LeBlanc walking out in front, shot towards goal. Pad save with the right leg. That time by Camputaro. Steers it into the far boards. The Rockets still battling for it, but win back possession. Brimmel. Pass back out in front. LeBlanc pass near side. Saved by Campietaro. Oh, me, oh, my. What a save by Campietaro that time. Coming across with the pad and the blocker. Sprawling out to keep that out. Now the Stars the other way. A shot from the blue line by Reed. That'll get deflected and wide, and now cleared down the ice by the Rockets for an icing call. After a dandy save by Will Campietaro on a glorious chance created near side. Rockets almost took a 4-1 lead with that goal. What they hoped was a goal, but Campietaro takes it right away. Right out of their shopping basket, if you will. Face off inside the Strathroy Rockets zone. On the far side, Wyatt Cameron is in on the draw, almost lost his balance. Recovers. Scramble draw. The Rockets will bank it off the wall and out of the zone. All the way down into the St. Thomas end. Owen Gray will pick it up. Gray skating through the middle. Will pass back to the far side to Miles Dunn, who gets clipped with a leg. And that'll be it's like a knee-on-knee tripping, maybe. Yes, it is a tripping call, as the leg was stuck out. And that'll send the Stars on to the power play with a good chance to pull within one here. As this is a chance that you feel they have to take on the man advantage. Down by 2 goals. It's been a long stretch here where Strathroy's performed better and gotten 3 unanswered goals to show for it. Bate at the blue line. We'll pass it down in deep for Ty Lawson. Bate back on the far boards. Up to Owen Gray up top. Shot towards goal. Kicked away by Costa. And shot back on goal by Cameron. As Costa kicked it right to him, but couldn't get a good shot off. Easily saved by Costa. Now a shorthanded chance the other way, and Campietaro makes another glove save off a pass from the far boards right between the hash marks. A shot into the mitt of Will Campietaro, who steps up big. The Stars are one of the heaviest scored against teams on the power play. They've given up 8 shorthanded goals this season, although 2 of those came with an empty net against Pelham, off the top of my head. Owen Gray up the middle to Wyatt Cameron. As he skates across the blue line, it's poked off his stick, bouncing puck. Stars collect it. Back to Gray at the blue line. Far side, Drew Bate. He'll circle back. Pass to Gray. Looking through traffic. Near side, Wyatt Cameron whiffed on a shot. That'll give the Rockets a chance to clear it down the ice. Campietaro collects it off the backboards. It's now picked up by the Stars, who wait behind their net for a good rush up the ice. Charlie Stuckey's going to try and quarterback this play as he skates up the middle, pass up the far side. Disturbed by Markarian. Hopping puck again found by the Rockets and cleared down the ice. As Campietaro stops it with the paddle. He'll stop it up behind his net again for the Stars to come away with it. Stuckey's going to try again here with 35 seconds left on the power play for St. Thomas. Pass up the middle. Off the skate of Miles Dunn. Couldn't collect it. Rockets grab it. Send it down the ice once more. Now Stuckey stopped up behind his net. 20 seconds left now with a man advantage. Near side, Legalic with a nifty deke. Shot towards goals. Saved by Costa. Oh my goodness. Big save with the pad across his zone to deny the Stars on the power play. Legalic whips it back to the near side. Dunn, middle of the blue line. Gray, now Legalic on the near side. Pass out in front, shot saved by Costa, and the rebound as well. As we're back to 5-on-5 here after a couple dandies by Mason Costa to guard his net. St. Thomas sends it back up the ice. They'll give it away at the Strathroy blue line. Now the Rockets come on the counterattack. Whipped out in front, and a collision in front of the goal as Campietaro gets crashed into by Hickson, who was looking for the pass on the far side. And the net is off as well, forcing the stoppage in play. Campietaro's going to have to shake that off. Both teams will change their lines, looks like. Actually, the Rockets are going to keep their line on. Rockets holding a 3-1 lead here. 6:11 left in the second period. Face off inside the St. Thomas zone. To the right of Camputaro, the Rockets win the draw, try to get a shot off, it's blocked. Reed Crossman up the far side. Try to send it towards goal, that's off a Rockets skate. And they'll come up the other way. The Stars say no, they'll keep him in, and a shot towards goal, steered aside by Costa. That shot came along the ice from the blue line. Crossman will try and keep it in on the far boards. He'll get possession on the far face-off dot, send it back down low into the corner. Nathan Slatt battling for it. Now the Rockets will get it out up the near side. All the way down the ice, Owen Reed back to collect it. Shakes off a forecheck behind his net and stops a Rocket turnover as Searles back the other way. Searles shot towards goal, that'll miss the net. Rebound comes all the way outside of the zone. Now the Rockets rushing the other way, a 2-on-2 here as Gray's going to break it up. Far side, Ritson sends it back in behind the goal. Owen Reed, backhand past Ritson behind the goal, up to his defensive partner, Owen Gray. Gray trying to find a springing Edmondson at the blue line on the far side. That'll be an offside call. I'll stop things up and we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Again, Will Camputaro coming off a 58 save night on 60 shots against the Stratford Warriors, as he got absolutely peppered in that game. No shot clock here at the West Middlesex Memorial. As a shot in front by Edmondson and a pad save made by Costa. A scramble chance in front. Edmondson tried to get it around the pad on the near side. Couldn't quite reach around the long leg of Costa. We'll keep it out. Face off on the far side now. Under 5 minutes left in this second period. Strathroy wins the draw in their own zone. Sent up the near side. Stars force a turnover in the near corner as Bate with it behind the net. Tries to walk out in front. It's poked off his stick. Back of the blue line. Edmondson's going to backhand it back in behind the goal line. Drew Bate, a pass out in front to Lawson. A shot saved by Costa. As Lawson scrambling here. A good shift for this line here. Edmondson, Lawson, and Bate. Shot from the blue line by Stuckey. Through traffic. It'll come to the near side off the miss. In the corner, Bate trying to battle for it. Up against Laprice. In comes Newstetter to try and help out for the Rockets. Stars get possession. Back to the blue line. The pass is broken up by the Rockets. Now they'll scramble it out into the neutral zone. Here comes LeBlanc up the far side. LeBlanc trying to step around Stuckey. Got a shot off and a good one. Shoulder save by Camputaro. Another chance for LeBlanc. He'll whip it on the glove side again, and a save made by Will Camputaro. Up the near side. Gahoviak on the counterattack. His pass attempt to the middle is bouncing, and a shot towards goal by Jackson. Jackson gets hammered into the crossbar on a check. And the stoppage in play with the net off. As that one's not going to feel very nice. The referee's going to sort things out a bit here as the net gets repositioned. I was watching the rink crew set up the nets tonight, and the pegs that they use aren't the most stable looking. They've got the three-pronged pegs that don't go very deep in the ice. So the nets do tend to pop off a lot here compared to the Joe. Because you rarely see those nets pop off at the Joe. Stoppage in play as that puck hits somebody leaning over the bench. So we're going to get another face-off inside the Rockets zone. 3:15 left in the second period. Rockets up 3-1 over the St. Thomas Stars. Kupril Chishin's going to step in for the draw and win it. Chase Pettipiece, pass over to the near side. Savage a shot, and off a body. On a goal behind the goal line. Savage on the near boards. trying to leave it for Pettipies as there's a delayed penalty on the call, it looks like. And it's going to go against the St. Thomas Stars. I do believe. Nope, nobody's getting escorted to the far side box. Thought I saw the referee signal for a penalty there, but still 5-on-5. Nothing doing. Just a face-off in the neutral zone. Rockets are going to flip it down the ice into the path of Camputaro, who holds on for a whistle, which will set up a face-off in the St. Thomas zone. Ritson just having some words with Camputaro. Maybe letting him know he didn't mean to get a poke on that. He was just looking for the puck. So face-off on the near dot inside the St. Thomas zone against Wyatt Cameron on the draw. Cameron wins that time. St. Thomas comes up the ice, pass up the middle to Eloan Legalic. Legalic sends it towards goal. Easy glove save that time for Mason Costa. You saw that all the way. Catches it with the mitt, no problem. Face-off on the near face-off dot inside the Rockets zone. As the Rockets hold on to a 2-goal lead here with under 3 minutes to go in the second period. And the Rockets will win the draw in their own zone. Pass sent up the ice to Ritson, whips it towards goal over the glove hand. Sent back in front, and a big save by Camputaro as the net was off. He still had it covered. Got the pad across. As a couple dandy saves by Camputaro there, recovering off a missed shot that bounces off the backboards. But when you get a 212-pound goaltender pushing off these posts, they're bound to pop off. As he was trying to get across left to right and then right to left real quick. Still managed to do so. Pass on the near side. Inside the offensive zone come the Stars. Rockets trying to get it out. They do, but to nobody in particular. The St. Thomas Stars defense will come back to collect it. Rowan Reed behind his own net. As the Stars come away up the far side now. Miles Dunn's pass to Cameron is off target in the neutral zone. Reed's going to collect it and try again from behind the net. Rowan Reed will come up the left this time on our near side. Legalic pass out to Cameron in front. 2-on-1 chance. Shot in front saved by Costa, who lays down on his back to cover up the rebound. Snow Angel style. As he gets a whistle with a couple Stars coming down on him. 2-on-1 rush there, and Cameron almost sniped it over the glove, but a nice glove Costa's shown tonight on a few occasions. Does it again. Face off on the near side. Ty Lawson can't win that time. A scramble for it up the wall will go to Strathroy as they try and come up the ice. Outlet pass disturbed just outside the Strathroy blue line. Now a scramble for it up the far boards. Dump attempt's going to hit the linesman. Stuckey's going to collect it now. Stuckey pass to the near side. Cole Edmondson. Edmondson going for a dangle around. Newstetter got a piece of him and stops that attempt. And behind the net. Stars battling for it. Edmondson in up against the wall to try and grab it. But the Rockets up the far wall. Now Bates going to stop an exit attempt. Stars get it back in deep. Edmondson back to the blue line to Stuckey. Stuckey near side. Wachowiak's shot blocked. Wachowiak collects his own rebound off the defensive block. Now Ty Lawson on the far side. He'll take a trip around the net to the near corner. Lawson diving pass attempt behind the goal line to Edmondson. Now Bates going to try and come in on the battle, but it's flipped high along the far boards and out down the ice for an icing call. The Rockets are going to have to stay out there with 50 seconds left with some tired legs. As the St. Thomas Stars will get an offensive zone draw. It'd be nice if they could get one back before the end of this frame, so they're not going into the third period down by 2. Got a draw on the near side. Dylan Searles in to take it. Searles can't win that offensive zone draw as Nerton wins that matchup. Now the Rockets get it out to the neutral zone. Sent into the Stars end behind the goal line by McGahee-Smith. Up the far side, LeBlanc almost gets a steal, but the Stars recover. Reed Crossman on the far side will send it behind the goal. Along the near boards, Stars trying to create a forecheck here to keep it in. They can't do so. It's flipped out to the neutral zone. 20 seconds left as Rory Savage collects it in his own end. He'll stop up behind his own net and look for a clean exit. Trying to get the last rush of this period. Savage sends it far up the near wall. Slat off the skates to Searles. Return pass for Slat. Saved by Costa as he makes another nice save on a nice rush for the Stars. He'll hang on for a whistle as we've got a few discussions going on in front of that Strathroy crease. Dylan Searles looks like he's at the head of the table of that discussion as he's getting in the gritty areas. Just 3.4 seconds left in this second period as Costa denies another good chance to keep a 2-goal lead for the Rockets. We'll try to keep this lead heading into the third. William Hull's going to get escorted to the box, and he's got some words for the St. Thomas bench on his way by. Looks like Dylan Searles is also going to get the gate. So some offsetting minors here at the end of the second period, which will be carried over into the beginning of the third. So Searles and Hull in the box. Hull still barking at the St. Thomas bench from the box. Both the penalty boxes are on the far side next to the St. Thomas bench. So not much room. And it looks like Will Hull's going to pick up the extra 2 minutes. So Will's got 4 minutes on the board. Searles just the 2-minute minor. So some 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes, and then the Stars will head to the power play in the third period after this 4-on-4 shift is done. As the referees sorting out the paperwork and making sure the clock is correct before they drop the puck for the last 3.5 seconds of this period. They see something they don't like. All right, now they're good to go as they drop the puck. Face off in the Strathroy zone, won by St. Thomas, but it's one out to the neutral zone. As I believe the clock was started a little late there. It should be the end of the period, but it looks like we're going to have to drop the puck again as there's still a half a second left on the board. A little bit of confusion here at the West Middlesex Memorial. And now the buzzers are going to go. They're going to decide that face-off doesn't need to be taken. It was a confusing end of the period. Nonetheless, the Strathroy Rockets up 3-1 after 2 periods of play. And the St. Thomas Stars with some work to do in the final frame. The penalties on the board have changed. Right now there's just under 2 minutes on William Hull's penalty, and there's no penalty for Dylan Searles on the board. So we're going to have to see if that's how it stays entering the third. Nonetheless, after 2 periods of play, the score, Strathroy Rockets 3, St. Thomas Stars 1. As we will take a quick break for second intermission here and be back for the third and final period of regulation in just a bit. Welcome back to the West Middlesex Memorial Centre in Strathroy, Ontario, where your St. Thomas Stars are on the road taking on the Strathroy Rockets for the third time this season. After 2 periods, the Rockets hold the advantage 3-1 on the scoreboard as the St. Thomas Stars with some work to do in the final 20 minutes of regulation. They will start the period on the power play. As a bit of confusion at the end of the second, but the scoreboard has been changed and just the 1 penalty on the board as William Hull has 1 minute and 57 seconds left to serve. Originally there was 1 additional penalty for either team. well, one penalty for the Stars at 2 minutes, and then the Hull penalty was listed at 4 minutes. So it looks like the two penalties will offset each other, and then the extra 2 minutes will be served by the Rockets. So Stars down by 2 goals as the teams get ready to go here. There is two other? Oh, there's a whole bunch of other games going on in the GOHL tonight as the Cambridge Redhawks holding a 3-2 lead over the Caledonia Corvairs. The Listowel Cyclones, oh my goodness. The Listowel Cyclones now just scored and have a 6-2 lead over the Kings halfway through the third period. 5-1 victory for the Fort Erie Meteors over the Port Colborne Sailors. The Brantford Titans a 4-2 victory over the Pelham Panthers. As the third period here in Strathroy is underway. The puck has dropped. The St. Thomas Stars with possession in the neutral zone. They'll try and make their way into the Strathroy end. With some jeer through the zone up to Savage. His shot over the glove, but over the bar as well. Misplayed at the blue line by Legalic. As he'll get it back in the neutral zone. The Strathroy bench really letting the Stars power play here as they try and get in the zone. Stuckey up to Miles Dunn. He'll pass back to Legalic at the blue line. Now Dunn in the far corner. Legalic along the blue line to Stuckey. Return pass for Legalic. Winds up, blocked in front. Legalic gets the rebound. Another shot saved that time by Costa to deny Miles Dunn over the blocker hand. As he had a real good look from the far face-off dot. Tried to get it over that blocker. And Costa saw it nicely. Cut off the angle as well. Face-off inside the Rocket zone. 53 seconds left on this Stars power play. As these Rockets all kinds of fired up here for the start of this third period. Drew Bate, pass into the zone. He'll chase it down. Wyatt Cameron to backhand towards goal. That'll glide wide. Bate tried to get a shot off. Couldn't do so. As a delayed penalty is going to be called. It was actually Cameron who tried to get the shot off, but got hooked in the process. And McGahee Smith is going to get the gate for the 2 minutes, which will send the Stars on a short 5-on-3. For 38 seconds left, they'll have a 2-man advantage. As they'll get some fresh legs out there as well. Coming off the bench is Miles Dunn. As it looks like the Stars are going to take a timeout here. With a little bit of confusion. As Miles Dunn was signaling a timeout to the referee, and yes, there is going to be a timeout taken by the Stars, who are down by 2 with a great chance here on a 5-on-3 power play for just over half a minute. A big turning point this could be in the game, which is why Jason Williams wants to try and draw something up, make the most of this 5-on-3 chance. But the important part will be getting possession of the puck off the draw. Possession has been a struggling point for the Stars in this last couple games here. As they get the quick chances and they get the rushes up the ice. But they've seen some good displays from their opponents in the last few games of puck possession and pressure and long stretches of keeping that puck, which the Stars would love to emulate. Stuckey. Off the draw, the Stars do win it. Stuckey at the blue line, over to Pettipies. Pettipies pitch and catch with Stuckey. Now Pettipies fires it wide of the net on the glove side. Another chance. Pettipies backhand down low. Miles Dunn whipped across and a shot towards goal hits the side of the net from Eloan Legalic on the near side. Deep inside the faceoff dot. Now Pettipies pass beside the net. Dunn. Legalic back up top. Stuckey wound up but lost the control of the puck. Pass to the far side. Pettipies back to Legalic. On the near side, looking across the goal, he'll go back up to Stuckey. Pass near side, saved by Costa. Oh my goodness, another shot on the near side. Costa got across. And a great display there by Mason Costa, who makes a couple doozies to keep the Stars power play out of the... Costa reeling a bit after that high effort penalty killing shift. Not sure if he's just tired or perhaps he might have tweaked something trying to come across back and forth. Looks like he's all right. Just a little winded. Stars win the draw off the faceoff. They've still got a 5-on-4 here as Owen Gray's shot towards the goal. Rebounds loose. Shot and blocked beside the net. As the crowd really backing their boys here in Strathroy. And the bench making a whole ton of noise. Also, players in the box making a bunch of noise for their penalty killers as well. Just under a minute left on the Stars power play here, as they try to find the back of the net and cut the lead down to 1. Up along the boards, Drew Bate. Drew Bate. Nice pass inside. Ty Lawson a shot saved by Costa. Pops out to Cameron. His shot blocked in front by Gavin White. Up along the boards, Drew Bate trying to battle for it up against the wall on the near side. 3 Stars looking to fish that out with their sticks between some Strathroy skates. But they'll tie it up and shave off a good chunk of this power play. Now coming away with it is Reed Crossman, and fouled by Newstetter and cleared down the ice. There's a good penalty killing shift here to begin the third for the Rockets. Up the near side. Probably the best performer on this penalty kill has been Mason Costa. He's made a couple fantastic saves in that crease. Legalic cuts towards the goal, pass across the front of it. Nobody on the other end. Rockets get it out to the neutral zone. And back to 5-on-5 we are, as the penalty has expired. Sent into the Rocket zone by the Stars. Picked up by Sewell. He'll fire it up and over the Strathroy bench. And out of play. Pardon me, once again, I'd forgotten to turn off this intermission. I even made a point of remembering. Guess I didn't take that point. So face-off inside the Strathroy zone. As Cooper O'Chisholm lines up against Ritson, O'Chisholm will win that draw. Shot in front, tipped on the way, and cleared aside by Markarian. Puck was floating a little bit in front of the goal for a couple seconds. Stars were lurking, but couldn't find it. Rockets out of the zone. They'll dump it in on Camputaro. They'll steer it aside. Shot from the blue line, saved by Camputaro with the chest. As he'll control the rebound into his glove. Hang on for another whistle. It's been a real good performance by Drew Bate, the young 15-year-old out of Union, Ontario. He's a U16 London Junior Knight. And he's had a great season with the Junior Knights. He's finished second in scoring in the Silver Stick tournament. And through this season with the Junior Knights, he's played 17 games and has 41 points. As he's had a real showing of offense in the U16 Alliance League. Last season with the U15 Knights, 3 games played, 94 points. So he's used to performing over a point per game. This is his first look in the GOHL as a 15-year-old. As the Rockets have it in the offensive zone. Pass out to the slot, shot blocked by the Stars, and will head back behind the net. Rockets battle for it, trying to get it out in front. Sent to the blue line, kept in by Broad. He sends it back towards the goal, off a leg. Broad keeps it in at the blue line again, off a shot through the far wall. Clear attempt. Now the Stars will grab possession and try to make their way up the ice. Reed Crossman on the near side avoids a couple checks. He can't get the puck past the Strathroy defense. Laprice fires it up the near boards. In past Dotterman, but that will be an icing call on this short ice, the short neutral zone. So we'll head back to the Strathroy Rockets end. Referee discussing something with the bench there. I think he might have had a piece of equipment to hand to the Rocket bench. Face off on the near dot, inside the Strathroy zone. Wyatt Cameron wins the draw, but he wins it back out into the neutral zone. Now all the way into his own end of the ice goes Rowan Reed. Off the far boards, Wyatt Cameron with it. Up the center to Eloan Legalic. Legalic will get it in behind the goal line and chase it down. Newstetter up the near boards. Gets it up to Dotterman. Dotterman's backhand flip ends up on the defense of the St. Thomas Stars sticks. Now they come the other way. Wyatt Cameron makes a move at the blue line, which will be an offside call. Hall gives Cameron a shove as he let the shot go. Offside. The whistle hadn't blown, or was in the midst of blowing as he released the shot, so not sure how much he knew of it. But the captain protecting his goaltender. Face-off's going to be in the neutral zone just outside the Strathroy end on the near side. 14:26 left. Strathroy Rockets still up 3-1. As the Stars will dump it in, bounces off the backboards. Jackson in to grab it. He'll pass back to the blue line. Owen Gray, a shot through traffic, saved by Costa. Backhanded out in front by Jackson, who will get steered aside by the stick of Costa that time. Strathroy still throwing the body here. They'll hit Dylan Searles, but he keeps battling, and now Jackson sends a puck out in front of the goal. Donovan will pick it up for the Rockets. Searles banks off the near boards into the Rockets zone. Hull cycles it up the near side. Now Nerton makes his way through the neutral zone. Nerton across the blue line, shot towards Camputaro. Blocker save, another shot attempt. That'll go wide off the backboards. A pass out in front. Donovan's shot blocked by Victor Moody with a great block for his goaltender. Near side, the Rockets will pick it up. In behind the goal line. Trying to get out in front of the net, and shot towards that goal will be stopped by Camputaro. Not sure if that hit a body first. But Camputaro will control the rebound as well. And face-off will be inside the St. Thomas zone on the far side. It'll be Hickson stepping in for the draw up against Drew Bate. Bate wins that time, but the Rockets win back possession of the puck. Sending it into the near corner. Hickson trying to get it behind the net. Charlie Stuckey will pick it up. He gets closed down on quickly. Now up the far side, the Stars try and exit. Rory Savage, he's passed through the neutral zone, intercepted. Bouncing puck found by Edmondson, and will get it in behind the goal line to the near corner. Ty Lawson. Drew Bate gets that back to the blue line to Stuckey. Now driven down low again, Cole Edmondson with it. He'll take it to the near corner, now back to Stuckey. A shot off the blade of Hickson's stick and up and over the glass. Another stoppage in play here in the Rockets zone. So Ritson, as he steps, actually he's heading to the bench now, but in his 14-game point streak that he's running on, right now he's got 10 goals, 15 assists. So 25 points in his last 14 games played for Jake Ritson, Rookie of the Month. Shot towards goal, tipped just over it by Sewell in his defensive end. Reed Crossman battling for it behind the net. His pass out in front off the skate of Sewell, and the Rockets will come the other way. Crossman is all closed down on. He's behind the net of the Rockets. The puck is in the St. Thomas end. He's getting laid on by Newstetter. Now they'll split up, and away come the Rockets. Cragg up the far side. Oletich, as he'll try and get it out in front of the goal. Stars will steal it in their own zone. Now they'll make their way up the ice. Up through the middle comes Owen Gray. Pass ahead. Ilchishin. Shot towards goal by Crossman. Rebounds loose. And now picked up by the Rockets. Cragg coming the other way. He'll backhand it, or one-hand it, deep into the St. Thomas zone. Cragg battles for it and wins the puck back. To the blue line it goes. Shot from it. Pass out in front. Shot, and a save made by Camputaro with the pad. Oh, not a great shot, but enough to get it towards the goal, and Camputaro stopped it. Dump-in attempt after the fact from the neutral zone will deflect off a stick and up into the rafters here at the West Middlesex Memorial Center. So this is the first game of a back-to-back for the Stars as they play tonight, and then they turn around as they play again at 1:30 in Waterloo. So we'll have to get to bed early after this one, get some rest, wake up early, and hop on a bus for the trip to the Waterloo to face off against the Siskins. Also an important matchup standings-wise for the Stars. As the Rockets making their case, they're trying to chase down LaSalle in that 8th playoff spot. Just a handful of points back. We're in good position to pick up the 2 tonight, as a penalty is going to be handed out now to the St. Thomas Stars. Have 2 minutes on the board. So the Rockets back on the power play. They'll win the draw in the offensive zone. Laprise Up along the far boards. He'll get it down low. In behind the net. Pass up the near side. Ritson. Back to the blue line. LeBlanc. Laprise. He's getting watched by Edmondson. Laprise pass to the near side. LeBlanc finds Hickson. Hickson shot towards goal. Pad save. Rebound. Scores! Lucas Laprise finds the rebound off the pads. And the Strathroy Rockets strike again on the power play to make it a 4-1 hockey game. Stars now down by 3 after giving up the power play goal. Some even more work to do. 4-1 now. 11 minutes. 19 seconds left on the clock. That Strathroy bench real vocal. Captain making a lot of that noise. William Hull. Stars will dump it in. Dylan Searles chasing it in behind the goal line. Searles forces a turnover up the wall. Searles chasing it behind the net now. Searles shakes off Miller. Gets it back to the blue line. From the point, Savage a shot. Blocker save. Scramble beside the net. Miller tied up Searles, allowing McGahee Smith to pick it up. Now on the near side. In the corner, the Rockets will get it up the wall. Donovan up to the far side. Stars defense is going to whack it ahead. Jackson can control that. And now the Rockets back the other way. Miller a shot from outside the blue line. Camputaro snags that with the glove, and he'll hang on for a whistle, stopping the dump in. With 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, Stars in danger of dropping their second in a row here on Wednesday. St. Thomas team wins the draw in their own zone. Dump in from just outside the Stars blue line is going to end up being an icing call as well. So after the back-to-back tomorrow, next home game for the Stars will be December 12th, and it will be First Responders Night. So make sure you come out to the Joe and help us honor the first responders, the police, the firefighters, and the emergency services. A very important game as the Stars come out of their own zone. Some fans calling for a penalty as Stuckey got tied up with a Rocket. Now a shot from the far side denied by Costa off a Lawson attempt. Tried to go short, or tried to squeeze that puck between the post and the goaltender on the far side. Costa cuts off the angle nicely. Stars from their own zone again, try a long stretch attempt. That pass does not connect. Now Neustadt grabs it. He'll flip it down the ice. They'll end up going past Crandon and onto the Stars defense sticks. They'll try to get it up the far wall, but it ends up and out of play. Another stoppage, a bit of a stop and start stretch here. Midway through the third period. As the Rockets trying to hold on to a 3-goal lead now. Scoring on the power play. Face off in the neutral zone just outside of the Rockets' end. And one back to the Rockets' defense. A little bit of pressure shown there by the Stars as they'll force a turnover just past the Strathroy blue line. Now in the neutral zone, they'll try and make their way in. McGallick up the far wall with Wyatt Cameron trying to make something happen. It's stolen by the Rockets defense, but cleared all the way down the ice. It'll be an icing call. So an offensive zone draw for the St. Thomas Stars. Try and win this and make something happen. Down by 3. They've got to make something happen soon here with just under 9:20 left in this regulation period. Puck sent up the far boards, ends up in the St. Thomas zone. Rimmel a shot through the traffic on the near side. Another shot attempt. Camputaro makes a pad save off that try. In behind the goal. Strathroy Rockets trying to battle it off Cameron. Cameron's going to step away with it up the middle. Wyatt Cameron. Pass up to the far side. Finds Legalic. Legalic in tight. Shot saved by Costa. Collected by the Stars off the rebound. Miles Dunn sent it back to the blue line, but Savage was back coming off the bench. He'll grab it and head out from his own zone now as he retreats briefly. Pass up to Wyatt Cameron. Nice pass to Spring. Miles Dunn. Shot, scores! Beautiful pass to find Miles Dunn up the middle in the offensive zone. And he's got a few seconds to pick a spot and picks it nicely as he finds the top corner over the glove, or over the blocker, pardon me, of Mason Costa. And Miles Dunn makes it a 2-goal game. That will be Miles Dunn's 15th goal on the season. Coming into this game, 12th in the league in points and second in rookie points, just behind Ritson for the Rockets. Stars will dump it in along the far boards. Another important point tonight, the Stars 0 for 4 on the power play, which increases their little stretch here to 11 straight power plays without a goal. As the Rockets are going to dump it down the St. Thomas ice. There'll be an icing call. We'll head back in front of Mason Costa. Strathroy trying to improve their home record here. They've got to chase down a few wins to get that home record above 500. But this an important game for them as they are just a few points out at the moment. It was a big loss against LaSalle in their last matchup. They'd like to recover from that. As Hickson gets it up the near boards. Stopped up by Pettipice, who fires it back into the Strathroy zone. Now flipped high through the neutral zone by the Rockets. Miller is going to send that all the way down the ice. And that will end up being an icing call. So back into the Rockets zone. Stars forcing a bit of pressure here. Now forcing a couple icings after scoring the second goal of this game for them. Brought themselves to within 2. Wyatt Cameron steps in on the draw up against Ritson. Cameron wins it. Done. Pass back to Rowan Reed. Well, Gallic on the near boards. He gets outnumbered, and the Rockets flip it down the ice. Charlie Stuckey makes the catch in the neutral zone. He'll send it back towards the Rockets' end, but that will be an icing as he missed his target. So back into the St. Thomas end we go in front of Will Camputaro. Got to imagine that's going to be a tough job for some of these players to get to bed early tonight and wake up early for a matinee matchup in Waterloo. Backhand pass in front and a save made by Camputaro right off the draw. Backhand shot floating towards that goal. Camputaro no trouble with that. As we'll try again with a face-off in the St. Thomas zone. Face-off scrambled for. Shot attempt by the Rockets misses the net off the draw. Up the far boards. Dotterman trying to get it in deep. We'll get some help from McGahee Smith to get it in the corner. Pass out beside the net. Nerton couldn't get that towards goal. Rockets pick it back up. Neustetter from the blue line. Shot saved by Camputaro. Rebounds loose. Trying to drag it away from the front of the net was Legalic. Does eventually do so. On the near side, Miles Dunn. Long stretch pass looking for Cameron. Hops over his stick. He'll chase it into the zone. Cameron on the near side. Chops it up the wall to Legalic behind the goal line. Shot in front by Miles Dunn. Misses the target. In the corner. Legalic trying to get it back to the blue line, but he's muscled into a turnover by Nerton. Now the Stars get the stolen back the other way by McGahee Smith. He gets outnumbered by some Stars as he was the only Rocket ahead. Well, the Rockets will get possession back from their own zone. Flip to the near side. Too far ahead of Oletich, who was just coming off the bench. Just over 6 minutes left in this third period. The Stars have brought it to within 2. As a shot from the far side is going to head over the net. Kept in at the blue line by the Rockets. Far side. Picked up by Craig. Tries to get it back to the point. Stolen by Edmondson. Now a rush the other way. Edmondson shot. Pad save by Costa on a nice give and go between Edmondson and Ty Lawson. Now behind the net. Edmondson with it again. He's looking for some help as he'll cycle it behind the net. Drew Bate Bate. He gets lifted his stick by Cragg. Now Cranon will get it off the boards and up and into the neutral zone. Up the far boards. Crandon will get it deep into the St. Thomas zone. As the Rockets, no doubt, trying to cement this lead and shut things down here at home. St. Thomas gives it away in their own zone. Brimmel trying to get a puck towards the net, but he's all tied up. Now the Stars will steal it back and now give it back in the neutral zone. As Laprice fires that hard around the boards. Pass through the front of the goal. No white jerseys there. As the Stars come back the other way up the far side. Taking a hit big time there was Nathan Slatt. As the Rockets will steal possession. Long stretch pass down the ice. Doesn't connect though, and that'll force an icing call. So back into the Strathroy zone. 4-2 for the Rockets. Just under 5 minutes left in this third period. Stars got to start going all in on the offense. Try and take some risks to get this thing tied up in this final 5 minutes. As the Rockets with it in their own zone, they'll flip it up the near wall, but over the short glass once more. And that one ends up in the Strathroy bench, as a couple coaches had to make their dodges. Seeing that disc fly towards them. Face off on the near side in the Strathroy Rockets zone. As Cooper Olchishin will step in against Laprice. Back to the blue line to Stuckey. Charlie Stuckey trying to drive towards goal, get that thing in front of the net. And the Rockets deny him that time as Brimmel will send it up the far wall. Turnover forced by a nice check from Nathan Slatt. Shot attempt from the blue line, blocked. Another shot, that time missing on the glove side. Stars keep it in on the far boards. Nathan Slatt sends it out front. Reed Crossman tries to flip it out into the blue pane, and a shot attempt by Olchishin denied by Costa. That time catching him with the left leg. Reed Crossman collects it in his own zone. Stars starting to run out of time here. Luke Vahoviak up the near side. He'll backhand it towards Costa. Costa steers it into the far corner with his stick. In behind the net, Rockets pinch it up against the glass. Cole Edmondson trying to battle for that puck. Up against Sewell. Edmondson gets it out to Searles. Backhand pass out in front is found by Ritson and flipped into the neutral zone. Rowan Reed up the far boards to Edmondson. Backhand up for Searles, but too far ahead of him. Searles chases it down and gets it back. Up the far boards, Gavin White forces a turnover. Ritson carries it into the offensive zone. Shot towards Camputaro, who gets that with the blocker. And the rebound corralled into his lap, as he'll freeze it with 3:25 left to go in the third. Rockets up by 2. Stars on a defensive zone draw. So they're going to have to go push all their chips towards the center. With time winding down, they need 2 goals. Going to send it up the wall out of their zone. They'll get it to the neutral zone, but the Rockets steal it back. Hickson on the near side, shot towards the net. Camputaro makes a pad save in the near corner. Rockets battle for it. Sent up the near side, but the Stars just managed to get it out now. Up the far side. Hull stops that dumping attempt. Cameron gets the rebound off his mitt. Now sent to the far side. Savage's shot and blocked by Gavin White, as that will be sent up and over the glass. Face off in the Rockets zone. See what the Stars send out here. It'll be Miles Dunn, Legalick, and Cameron, the heavy hitters on the offensive side. Vahoviak and Owen Gray on the back end. Cameron wins that draw against Nerton. Sent in behind the goal. Now around to the near side. Dotterman pressing it up against the boards. Cameron trying to hound that thing loose. 3 Stars coming to win the battle. Send it behind the goal line. Markarian will pick it up, though, for the Rockets as he tries to send it through the neutral zone. The Rockets scramble it into the offensive end. Nerton into Dotterman. Dotterman tried to get a shot off. Couldn't get that bouncing puck towards the goal. Now back to the blue line. Neustetter sent towards goal. Pad save by Campiataro on a hopping puck. Neustetter was looking for that redirect in front of the goal. Nobody could connect with it. And Campiataro ends up having to stop a hopping puck nonetheless. The Stars with 2 minutes, 19 seconds to work with. Down by 2 goals. With the Rockets team that has looked great tonight. They're trying to recover after a slow start to the season. And they've been doing a good job of that in this last stretch. Ritson creating some pressure in the St. Thomas zone as the Stars trying to get it up the ice. Edmondson turns it over in the neutral zone. Fired back in deep by the Rockets, picked up by Ritson. Ritson back to the blue line. Collecting it and trying to send it towards goal was Quinn Gavin White. Couldn't do so as it hits a shin. Rockets keep the pressure going here though, as they're shaving off some important time here at the end of this regulation frame. They'll keep it on the perimeter, and they would love to just shave down the rest of this time and take home the W with everything as it stands. Pass back to the blue line, hops over the stick of Hull. Trying to get away with it was Edmondson. Couldn't get the puck ahead though. Is now fanning on a dumping attempt was Wahoviak. The Rockets will get the steal. Shot towards the net over the crossbar. Now sent in by the Rockets, who get some cheers from this crowd. For a job well done so far. Just over a minute left as the Rockets hang on to this 2-goal lead. Dumped into the Strathroy zone. Sent around the boards by Costa. Kept in by Bate just briefly as Hickson now finds it and sends it into the neutral zone. Stars flip it in deep to the near corner. See if Campiataro exits the net here, as the Rockets will now take possession in their own zone. Cleared all the way down the ice by Miller. That'll be an icing call. Campiataro taking a look towards the bench. See if they want him there. And the coaching staff is going to say, yes, come to the bench. Campiataro still waiting for the go-ahead. There it goes as Jason Williams signals. Campiataro to the bench. 6 attackers on the ice for St. Thomas. With 40 seconds left, they need 2 goals. This will be a very important face-off between Wyatt Cameron and Gavin White. Referee doesn't like Gavin White's approach on a couple of false starts. Gavin White ends up winning the draw into the near corner. Stars have to try and forecheck it back. Pass to the point. It's past Stuckey. Stuckey's going to have to chase it down as the puck glides towards the open net. Hits the side of it. Stuckey will collect it behind the goal. Up the near side. Turned over as Ritson steals it. Sends it towards the goal and scores to put a stamp on this thing for the Strathroy Rockets with the empty netter. That'll make it 5-2 with just 18 and a half seconds left. As you hear the Rockets fans and the Rockets bench cheering on their boys for a job well done tonight here at home, as this will be their 5th victory on home ice this season. 13 games. The puck is dropped, and we're going to get a scrap here at center ice as Craig has jumped all over one of the Stars here. Can't quite catch a number, but Craig just jumped on top of him, started swinging the mitts, still had his gloves on, and he was just swinging away at the Stars forward. It was Dylan Searles. I guess I should have guessed that, as Searles loves to get in on those things. But Searles ruffles the feathers a little bit. Gets jumped. And that will bring us to near the end of this game. Looks like Searles will get sent to the locker room after that, as will the Rocket who jumped him. And that will be an ending that might carry over into the last meeting between these two, which will again be in this building down towards the end of the season. But the Rockets will claim the victory tonight with just 11.1 on the clock It's all trivial at this point. Very curious. Trying to imagine what that conversation was like that sent the Rockets over the top. The referee has now dropped the puck. Just 10 seconds left. The Stars will take it behind their net, concede defeat, as the Strathroy Rockets will take this one 5-2 in the end. So the Rockets bounce back after their loss to the Vipers, take these 2 points here at home, and the St. Thomas Stars find themselves now on a 2-game losing streak after dropping this one against their division rivals on the road. They are right back to it tomorrow night in Waterloo. A 1:30 puck drop against the Siskins as the Stars try and bounce back off this loss tonight. But that will do it live from the West Middlesex Memorial Center in Strathroy, Ontario. Thank you for joining us tonight on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. And try to do some more of these down the road, as many as we can. I don't think I missed one since we started doing this, so there's something. As we try to go down the stretch with the rest of them. So subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Keep us going. So final score from Strathroy, Ontario, the Rockets 5, St. Thomas 2. As we'll see you again tomorrow, right here on the YouTube channel, 1:30 puck drop. We'll start broadcasting at 1:25. Live from the West Middlesex. Phil Pimentel here. You have yourselves a great night.